Welcome to the channel. This is Clarityempress, the Empress of Clarity, here to bring you a collective energy reading for my Clarityempress collective. I hope everybody is doing well. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Comment in the comment section. Let me know if the reading resonates with you. They said I could change my orientation on here. I want to see if it lets me. So bear with me. No. I guess it doesn't. Was gonna give it a try. So yeah, when you like, share, and subscribe, make sure you ring that bell. That way you're notified anytime I come on. Also, if this is your first time coming to the channel, welcome. If not, welcome back. Thank you for being here. Love you guys. Appreciate you. We're about to get into this message. Let me know how you doing out there as we get ready to get started. Oh, let me turn this down. So, Spirit's message, that was a message yesterday. I was hearing I need to write it down, so I did. That's the downloaded message as of yesterday, is don't hold on to something. It says, do not hold on to something that must go, for that is the source of all suffering. Somebody need to let something go, okay? I don't know what, but somebody needs to let something in their life go. And I also heard you gotta let something go, something good go to get something greater. Hold on, I gotta turn this down. Why am I still on calculator? There we go. Yeah, you gotta let something good go to get something greater. Alright, we ready to get crack-a-lacky, y'all? Oh, is this working? Is this thing on? Okay. Alright, Spirit. We're gonna start this off with the Kipperish deck. My favorite Jersey tarot guy. Oh, somebody feels like they are in prison. That's interesting. I never really see that card. So, in the previous energy, somebody feels imprisoned in whatever their current state of affairs are. Thank you for coming to the channel. Like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you ring that bell. That way you're notified anytime I come on. So, listen. There's a special cosmic event on the 26th. That's about to change a lot for a lot of people. Mainly the mutable signs of Pisces, Virgo, Gemini, Sag. There's going to be some major shifts in your life. I suggest you look it up based on your placements. Okay? I'm not an astrologer, but I do follow astrology. I suggest you look it up based on your placements so you could see how that'll impact you. What's up, Carmen? You want to see, you want to know. Trust me, it's a good thing. I know first, I'm a Gemini sun. And I do know for Geminis that our career has been feeling like in the past that it was blocked. But it's saying now that has all shifted. It's like a mask that came off, or like the imprisonment sign, right? Feeling like you were stuck because this is past energy, and to be free. Okay? Virgo, Pisces, we all, Sag, we all have a different nuance of the same type of freeing energy. So we're about to see a major shift. This is happening with the planet Neptune. There's something going on with Jupiter right now, and Venus just had a Cazimi. I guess that's what they call it. Like I said, y'all look it up. Look it up if and only take it how it resonates. If it don't resonate, don't take it. I got my Gemini's in a Virgo house. I have a Pisces Mars, and Sag rising, and I'm a Gemini. So every last one of them impacts me in some way. Tell me more, Spirit. Third party situation. Oh, that's what we dealing with. That's why somebody need to let something go. Feeling imprisoned. Somebody got something. It's given two of swords. It's given like I feel stuck, but it's more or less so I could walk out any time, but I didn't because it's a third party situation. Tell me more, spirit. Uh-oh. Two cards popped out. I'll take two. Yeah, here we go. We got high honor and then self-love. Hello. Hi, hi, hi. Peace, peace, peace. Tell me more, spirit. It's the likely outcome, spirit. Flying monkeys. Who all up in your business? Somebody all up in your stuff. At the bottom of the deck. Cause you a star. Superstar. Let me back this camera up a little bit so y'all can hopefully see better. So I don't know if you felt stuck or somebody in a third party situation with you was stuck or feeling stuck or feel, you know what it's giving? Somebody in a situation with you saying, I can't give up the past person or my other person like I can't. You know what I mean? But yet you're the star. You're the star. There's high honor here. I'm going to clarify that. But it's given that they're elevating in the hidden energy. They're elevating somebody else. Or they're elevating someone. I don't feel like they could deal with your self-love. Or that their self-love is the question. Somebody who's feeling imprisonment also does not feel love. Now, let's not negate the fact that somebody actually could be in jail facing their karma. Okay? Somebody, or they could, if they're not in jail or they just came out of jail, because this is past energy. And then we got the flying monkey. Everybody talking about it, everybody disappointed, everybody gossiping, everybody's just like chewing on the popcorn, like, wow. And then what happened? Yes, it's on Front Street. Somebody's embarrassed. I feel like shame is here. And we got starseed. So it's given that your energy is starseed. Your energy is what people look up to, or, people see the most, or people respect the most. But they're in a third party situation with something that made them in prison. It could have been that the third party got somebody locked up, or the third party is locked up. But this person is giving high honor to somebody. We're going to get to it. We're going to get to it. You say you sure they are? Whoa. One at a time. Tell me about imprisonment, spirit. Oh, it's the karmic masculine. Look who. Somebody dusty, musty, crusty son is dealing with some imprisonment. If they're not in a physical jail, they are in the jail of their mind because they are karmic. The dusty, musty, crusty. Well, past energy. Hopefully somebody learning a lesson. Maybe that imprisonment was their lesson. Change. Yeah, no. So, let me pin one of these. So, when I see change in this deck, this particular change just gives me somebody that's dishonest, that says I've changed but didn't actually change. Literally all they do is change their clothes. As you can see, she went from work to let's go out, let's go hang, let's go do the thing together kind of thing, right? But I feel like this person was either attracted to or seduced by a third party who lied and said, I've changed, right? It's probably like you could have been the third party in the sense that they could have had a relationship with somebody before you. And this person was duped into sticking around in a bad situation because that person promised them change. They might have promised them money. They might have promised them different behavior. You know what I'm saying? They might have promised them, oh, I'm going to get a divorce. We're going to be together. Whatever. They promised this person something. But this change in this deck is always a lie to me. She's not telling the truth. She's not. Ain't nothing changed. Ain't nothing changed but the weather. And you know that fluctuates by the moment. Tell me more, Spirit. Tell me more. And we got High Priestess here. This is who they honor. Oh, but see, you know the High Priestess don't speak much. So they have high honor for you, like a certain level of respect. But this is also giving somebody that would be public with the other party, but then want to be in a secret relationship with you. Like they don't go public with you. They go public with the karmic, you know what I'm saying? Somebody who matches their frequency. That's who they public with. But they secretly have high honor for you. Tell me more about self worth being a challenging lesson. I feel like you unbothered. Tell me more. They're in conflict. So this person's self worth is in the crap. Okay, it's in the crapper. You have it, they don't. This person has internal conflict over the fact that you may not want anything to do with them, and that they don't have the third party situation that they thought. They may have promised you that they were going to change too, and they didn't. I feel like there's a lot of broken promises here. And somebody is definitely dealing with some karma. Tell me about these flying monkeys though. What they looking at? What they worried about? Why is everybody watching? What's that for, Spirit? Oops, one at a time. Um, you know what I get to? I feel like I heard bated breath. It's like people are watching this person. I don't know if they're anticipating or they're seeing, because I'm hearing both. Maybe there's some indication of somebody going to their north node, coming out of their south node energy. I can't tell right now. I just get people are watching. Oh, that's what it is. Spirit said they're waiting to see if this person is going to choose themselves, if they're going to stop doing the same shit they used to do. This is what the flying monkeys want to see. They want to see this person stop doing the same dumb shit. Because when you're in your south node, as you could tell, this person would be miserable. They're dark, and that's where that karmic energy is, right? In your south node. But the card came up right. So in the north node, that's when you come out of your old ways. You see life different. You do different because you know better. You do better because you know better. And I feel like the flying monkeys are watching to see if this person going to do better. No indication that they will, but because this person's in conflict, and the reason why they're in conflict is because they ain't working on themselves. There's no work on themselves. This person has been entrapped with this third party situation. They over there got high honor for you and a hidden energy. Yeah, they have to work on themselves. And Spirit said if they don't work on themselves, they cannot have a person like you or starseed in their life. There's no way. I don't know if this is a past person or recent person or somebody toxic in your life or somebody wannabe in your life that can't get with you because they can't match your standards. They can't get with your fly because they haven't worked on themselves. This is not necessarily about money, but it's a combination of things because work, labor, and efforts are involved. So this person has to evolve to get with you. They have to evolve. I don't think they have evolved. This person is still in conflict. They can't seem to access self-worth and self-love. And yet they either are what they think is in love with you or have a high regard for you, maybe a little obsessive energy with you, something like that, right? They have high honor when it comes to you because you're the high priestess. You're the one that's quiet. You're the one that they trying to keep secret. Okay, you're the one they can't lie to because the third eye on that high priestess is open. If you didn't see, let me show you. This person, her third eye is always open. There's no veil when it comes to this priestess. Okay, why? Because she can see right through it, so it don't even exist. So they have a high respect for you, and whether the flying monkeys know specifically about you, they know something when it comes to this person, and they want to see if this person's going ahead into their north node. So they got a lot of observers of their behavior. They're like, when you going to change? You just been locked up. You know what I'm saying? When you going to grow up? Hey, what's up, Veronica? How you doing, sisters in the stars? This person has a lot of work and effort. They cannot, if this is your person saying that they changed, they have not yet changed. At best, they may change residence. At best, they may change a job. They may change their looks. They could go from short hair to long hair to short hair. That person, that's it. They might, cause they could even change friend groups, but this person has not done healing work. Cause that's in a challenge and a lesson along with conflict. This person don't want to face themselves. And you know what it is? It's easier to stay the same than to change. It's easier but harder on the person. And that's a lot of times people don't realize that's how they end up lonely. Because they're unwilling to change. They're unwilling to grow. They don't understand why people don't understand them. Yeah, well, you didn't want to change. You didn't want to grow. You know, you had bad habits. People had to deal with your bad habits, and you expected people to deal with your bad habits, right? That's why a lot of karmic masculines are going through the lonely epidemic. They can't keep a feminine energy in their life. It could be other men that's in feminine energy. They can't keep them. They're in prison in their minds. Sometimes they actually go to prison because they keep doing the dumb shit over and over again. How you been, girlfriend? I'm barely on here, so it's good to see you. I'm glad you were able to come. Tell me more, Spirit. Tell me more about this karmic masculine and this imprisonment energy. Oh. So the karmic masculine, either they are the manipulator or they, well, Spirit said they've been manipulated by somebody that told them they could change. I know that. You had to let this go, or you have to if you didn't. It is time. It is time to release the energy of this, whatever this is, right? Because there is suffering in holding on to things that you need to release. There's suffering in that. That is the message, right? So this karmic masculine who doesn't want to change, or they only want to change their appearance, but they don't want to change who they are. You know, it's given I saw this girl, I forgot what her name is, Kenny something. I saw her page today. And she was giving scenarios of toxic men, karmic masculine men today. How they behave when they want access to you, but they don't want to do what's needed to have that access, right? So like she gave examples of when they really want to do everything but commit. She did a mama's boy. She did a when they want to holler at you. She did like all these different scenarios, but in the as if she was the masculine, and it was so uncanny what she was saying. That women in the comments was like, "Oh my God, you need to put a trigger warning on these videos because it's too accurate." And when I see change here, it's giving that kind of energy. It's giving somebody that's like, they just want to call you up and hit you with the, "Hey, big head, I was thinking about you." oh, what's up? Why you so cold? You know what I'm saying? You don't miss me? And she just like, I love how she kept it one note. It's like, yeah, nah, you don't miss me. I bought you that thing. You know what I'm saying? Remember that thing you was asking for a long time? I bought it for you. When you gonna let me come by so I can give it to you? And she like, ship it to me. Ship it to you? Oh, come on now. Stop playing like that. Don't play like that, girl. And that, I think that was the scenario of when he really don't realize it's over. He figured, oh my God, you answer the phone. What's up? Expecting her, the expectation is she be like, oh my God, I missed you so much. And it's like, the thing is, with karmic masculines, they're day late, dollar short. You know, most karmic men don't recognize what they have in a person. They rather play games, they rather put you through conflict and stress and all of that stuff because they want you to prove that you love them, right? Or something. They looking for that validation because they didn't get it somewhere else, so they kind of trying to extract it out of you with chaos and conflict. Well, when that happens, what they don't realize is happening simultaneously as they play games because they feel like you ain't going nowhere, you ain't gonna do nothing. You lose your feelings for that person, a feminine energy. The feminine energy will lose her feelings because when you get played with one too many times, there's something that clicks, and there's a release. The I'm sorry, the a divine feminine is not, excuse me, is not going to allow a karmic masculine to take them to the barrel of hell. She may go through it with them until, right, there's some tipping point. It happens silently. It doesn't involve explanation. There's no pleading. There's no more long text. There's no more conversations. And there's a peace that comes over the person. There's a peace that comes over the divine feminine. Done. I'm not going to suffer no more. But a karmic masculine who feels that they don't need to put in the work, labor, and the effort to be right with somebody will not pick that up until it's a done deal, like till the feelings are gone. It's not that, honestly, I don't think people lose love. They just fall out of love in that loving energy where they want that reciprocation. Now they no longer crave it. They don't need it no more. That, at least not from that person that took them through it. Because when they look at that person, all they're gonna see is the pain and the hurt. And 9 times out of 10, if they let them back in, you know what I'm saying? That person, that karmic masculine who's big on manipulation, is gonna take them through it again and again and again and again. Who is going to want to stay in that type of energy? If you have self-love, if you choose yourself, right? Now, a third party, a lot of times what I'm finding out, I've been in a dating scene, so I'm going to tell you from friendship experience, sisters and brothers or whatever. A lot of times these third parties, they don't want the karmic masculine that much either. They don't get along. They just don't want the masculine to have you. When they see that that person is different with you, which clearly we see that here with High Honor and the Priestess. They have a certain level of respect for you they do not have for that third party or that other person, right? And that person wants to win. So they may mix people pleasing with trauma and toxicity. You know what I'm saying? They do all the things you won't do. And they will even hurt this person in a way you won't. So this person feels like I got to go chase my validation from people who mistreat me. And they don't reserve any love for you because they don't have it for themselves. Okay? And that's a lot of times what a lot of people don't realize when they look at a person with the third party. And like third party could be work, family, a romantic relationship. It could be anything that distracts them from you. People will prioritize it. She did a video too. I just did that. I went down the list of her. some of her videos, and she was saying a man that prioritizes everything but the commitment will tell you quick, yeah, I don't really, I'm really not the most relationship oriented person. What comes first is, my job, my family, what I'm saying, my friends, and then relationship, what I'm saying. They will honestly tell you that that's like not as important right now. Like, I'll just go with the flow. What they're really saying is that that's a red flag. There's no work, labor, or effort that they are willing to put in a relationship with you. And you need to know that when it comes to dealing with karmic people, masculine or feminine. Why? Because the person will blatantly tell you, but a lot of times, if you're wrapped up into the person or you feel something strong with that person, you'll overlook the things that they tell you. They may tell you things like, well, me and old girl been together for a long time. I don't know where it's gonna go, because I mean we off right now, but that's old girl. Like, they could tell you that old girl is the one, but right now she not the one. It's you. Word. And some people who have low self worth will go for that, or some people who have high self worth but are dealing in a low period of time, meaning their frequency is low, will go for that. Not because they want to be treated badly, but because, they care about the person. They still want the person in their life. They feel like they're not saying no. There's something to work out. They not with that other third party, right? But at the drop of a dime, the third party is going to say, oh, I've changed, or I've changed my mind. And that person goes running back to the third party. Meanwhile, there's something about you that's different with them, because High Priestess is here, High Honor is here. But this person chases validation elsewhere. But wherever they chasing validation, they got misery. Whoever that is, they miserable. Tell me more, Spirit. They are miserable. Tell me more. Uh-oh. Yeah, we got nice guy. So, yeah, so with the third party, this person thinks that they're that person's hero. Yeah, with the third party. Oh, and then here. And they're flipped over too. So I'm going to take it. Um, but y'all are ended. I said that. But yeah, here it is. Confirming. That's over with you. But they feel like they're the loving one when it comes to the karmic. They're the nice guy. They are the karmic's dummy. The karmic is able to manipulate this person to show up for them in a validating way. They may publicly display love and affection with the karmic. The same karmic that they don't get along with, but it looks good. It's good for optics. At least that's what they think that these flying monkeys are paying attention to, because this person is all about what it looked like. So is the third party. And with you, those optics are different, right? Because they have to be a different person when it comes to you. They have to put in that work, labor, and effort into themselves, and they haven't done it. This person has not done it. Tell me more, Spirit, about this conflict with the self-worth. Always pay attention to words. Words are primitive. I know that's right. I feel like words don't mean shit. Show me. Come on now. One at a time. Yeah, family. So this could be a family situation. So the third party could be family. Family is the issue. This is also given 10 of cups, but it's in the challenge and the lesson. So there is no 10 of cups here, right? There's no 10 of cups here. There's conflict within a family, or what should be family, right? What should be a loving home, what should be people, groups of people that get together, love on each other, support, be interdependent. This should be, but it's not here. Tell me more, Spirit. Love spell. Somebody has their finger up this person's nose, and I don't mean like in a dig up your nose type of shit. Like, just, I feel like people are watching somebody under a love spell, waiting for this person to break the spell. So the karmic could be somebody that likes to put the third party. They like to tamper with somebody's free will, so to speak, whether it's lies and manipulation or actual spell work. They like to tamper with somebody's free will. That's where that manipulation comes from. Bottom of the deck, yeah, sweetheart. You are a star seed and sweetheart energy. And your person requires work, labor, and effort, to be a part of your life. And this third party situation is so much manipulation that people are, I don't know what this person is doing right now, but they have an audience. I don't know. And Spirit also said this person believes that more people than that are looking at them, no, that there's less people looking at them than actually are. So this person, Spirit said this person is very ego driven, very this karmic masculine is very ego driven and very performative. So they believe that they're doing things that look good to other people, something like that I'm getting. And then, so even though there's flying monkeys, it's not that serious, but they think it is. It's somebody really manipulated right now to think that a lot of people care about what the fuck they doing. And it's not that simple. People are dealing with their own lives. But some people whose egos are inflated tend to think that everybody's worried about what they got going on when they really don't care. People are doing what they got to do for themselves. Right, they don't mean shit. Extremely performative, right? They're sharing stories and what else? All I could think of is TikTok and Reels. But putting this false narrative that everything's fine when it's not, because conflict is here, and conflict, family is clarifying conflict. So whoever they live with or whoever they're with as a family, maybe their baby mama is the person, that's the karmic or the third party, right? They want this appearance that everything's great, everything's fine. It's not, and people can see that. And they also feel like, how could you have been under this imprisonment, all this manipulation, and think that everything's fine? Like, you don't see that? You don't see that part? You don't see what's going on? And the thing is, the same person being manipulated is a manipulator. So, but the two of them are performative. Two, three, whoever is involved, right? They are performative. But the thing is, with you, it's over. I feel like a lot of my collective that come see my channel, that hear my messages, it resonates with you. You are the ones that got away. You are the ones that left the situation and didn't look back. This person is in your rearview mirror, and you cannot focus on the things behind you. You ain't parking, you're driving, you're moving on. Okay? You cannot focus on your rearview mirror. You just have to keep going. And I feel like a lot of y'all are not choosing to suffer anymore with a person that would manipulate you or be under constant manipulation. Hello, Chrissy Flows. How are you? Welcome to the channel. Thanks for coming. Like, share, and subscribe. But yeah, so somebody's got a lot of manipulating energy. Um, and they can't seem to put in It's been a while. Yes, it has. Is this Country Chrissy with a new title? Is this a new you, new year, girl? Is this Country Chrissy? Confirm that for me. Just did what I said, girl. That's right. Okay, Country Chrissy. You got to call me, girl. Catch up with me. Catch up with me. Long time no see, boo. Thank you for coming into the family tonight. Missed you. Tell me more about this imprisonment before I move this deck. Yeah, you were protected. You were protected. Spirit also said when this person dealt with you, they felt a certain level of protectiveness. Remember, you are a high priestess energy. They can't do nothing but respect you because you ain't do nothing wrong to this person. Okay? You didn't do nothing wrong to this person, but dead this relationship or dead whatever this is that y'all had going on, situationship, whatever you want to call it. You ended it. So this person had a certain level of protection under you. They no longer have it. That's over. Tell me more about this nice guy. I feel like this person puts on clothes and appears to be the nice guy. I feel like they think they're charming. They think they are handsome and they got a beautiful smile. I'm hearing man eater or maybe woman eater, I guess. Yeah, woman eater or something like that. Like a gigolo type or something. Like they just feel like they're so cute, handsome, or charming. Yeah, they feel like they look the part. Tell me more. Yeah, we got ancestors here. Yeah, your ancestors ain't having that shit. They not having none of that. Listen, new year, new you, boo. I feel like for me, and I gotta speak for me personally, and I feel like I'm gonna speak for the Pisces, Virgo, Gemini, and Sag collective, right? All our mutable signs. Is it mutable? Yeah, mutable signs. There is a cosmic shift. I can't explain it other than to say it is an astrological cosmic shift happening. Where I know as a Pisces Mars, Gemini Sun with a Virgo house, right? And a Sag rising. I feel that shift heavy. And I'm seeing life shift as I open my eyes more. And I put down the rose colored glasses. I honestly am even surprising myself on the layers I'm being able to pull back that I didn't realize were clouding not my judgment, that's not what I mean, but my empathy and my compassion for those. I still have it, but now I see it different, if that makes sense. And now that I see it different, I honestly feel ancestral energy step in and be like, okay, now we can now protect you from those things that you're not longing for, trying to have, being with, like, you're long as you're good with ending that, because transition is here. We can give you what's new because you can't have new beginnings without endings. Certain things have to end to transition. So if you let go of the suffering, now we can give you the blessings and the peace and the prosperity, right? Once you let go of the suffering, you can live, you can be free. You know what I'm saying? Tell me more about this family. Oh, shit. Damn. Jealous and envy. It's a whole lot. This person is a lot of mess with this third party in this family situation. This could be their bloodline too. Miserable. Miserable, lacking self-love, and jealous. This is a dangerous person to be around. Like, well, I tell you about them insecure people. A karmic masculine definitely full of insecurities, pride, ego, needing validation. But the thing is, they project that, right? So a lot of people think, oh no, they full of themselves. Yes, they're full of themselves, but they're also full of self-loathing simultaneously. You know, they may look the part, meaning like they may clean themselves up, look good, wear the latest trend, you know what I'm saying? Go to the latest spots, do the latest things, try to appear to be healthy, what they believe is healthy. But these are the type of people that will go chase things to avoid dealing with who they are to their core. They will chase things to avoid that empty, cold heart of theirs, right? And these are the same people who chase things that will treat the people closest to them the worst because they're unwilling to put in that work, labor, and effort. They feel like that's the sweetheart's job. I ain't got to do that. You just supposed to take what the fuck I give you. But they can't now, right? Because too many of y'all decided that I can't do this no more. Therefore, these karmic masculines are in this lonely man epidemic. A lot of them getting desperate. That's why they have passport brothers, right? Because they going across other countries. You know, back in the day, we did have mail order brides, y'all. Our first lady is a mail order bride. Okay, she used to be in a catalog where people could pick one to meet her as a potential suitor for her, right? Or what they call an escort, whatever. She was a mixture of that. Now, instead of picking from the catalog, they may pick from the catalog, but they're going to fly on over there. And a lot of them going over there with that little toxic ways, not understanding the culture, and getting these women that figured out how to manipulate them even though they speak another language. Oh, they still getting played because they won't do the work. Tell me more, spirit. They flying over. Not only are they getting played, they coming back with diseases, y'all. So be very careful out there with these men flying around, still looking for a wife and doing all this stuff. They getting played heavily. They getting robbed. They getting venereal disease. They getting a lot of stuff because they won't deal with what's within. They can't understand why the women over here don't want them. Ain't nothing wrong with us. It's them. Tell me more, spirit. People who don't want to work on themselves. Yeah. Twin flame. When this card flipped over my hand, this person feels like a twin flame, but they really karmic, y'all. They came to teach you a lesson in your self-love and your self-worth. And if you get the lesson and they don't, they're definitely a karmic. So I don't care how strong the connection is, the telepathy, the coincidences, which aren't coincidences, right? Because this person will position themselves to be where you are, and then call it serendipity. Like, oh my gosh, I just can't believe that you're in the same place as me. Yes, they could. They study you, try to figure you out, try to go to places you go and do the things that you do, so that, oh, I can believe that you're in the same coffee shop as me. Yes, they can. This person looks at your astrology, thinking that, oh, okay, I'm gonna call her at 11:11. She gonna be like, oh my God, it's 11:11. He called me at 4:44. At least that's what they think. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They over there thinking they gonna play with your mind. Yeah, look, intuitive Kev. They trying to be intuitive. I'm gonna call her today. Right, I know she getting off at work at 3:30. I'm gonna call her at 3:33. Hey boo. When she look at that clock, she gonna be like, oh, it's 3:33 and he called me. He want me. But you the high priestess, so you already hip to the game. That synchronicity shit ain't gonna work. You gonna be like, no, nigga, this was plotted. You plotting and planning. You know what I'm saying? On fire, excuse my language. But y'all family. They over there thinking like, yeah. Let me study this astrology shit so I can impress her. You know what I'm saying? Let me get into this numerology crap that she like. This person changes their clothes, y'all, but they're not changing who the core they are. Now, I will say this. The Spirit put this on me to tell you right now. Some of them are changing, but it's a forced change because it's due to their circumstances. It is not because they're choosing to change. Okay? So let me make that plain. This is not a choice for some of them. Some of these people are changing because they are literally forced because of their circumstances are so dire. They don't really have a choice. All right, it's more of a, you know, if you do this, then you get out of jail a little sooner. If you don't do that, then you're going to stay the full term. That kind of thing. But you still going to go to jail. So this person is still going to get their karma. Justice is going to still prevail, right? But this person, their only way they can end their suffering sooner is to do some work. Again, it will be forced upon this person. I feel like they're very thick and hard-headed. It's giving fixed sign energy, and if you know the fixed signs, you know them. But if not, they start with Taurus, Leo, Taurus, Leo, wait a minute, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. Those are the hard-headed ones. Those are the ones that, and I would add Capricorn, even though I know that's a cardinal sign. Those are very stubborn signs that don't like change, don't want to shift into change. Now, I can see why Capricorn, even though they're stubborn, is more cardinal, is because they're more ambitious in life, right? They tend to take take steps, take bold moves. They tend to put in that work one way or the other, even if they don't want to, right? But them other four signs, they some hard-headed suckers. I'm sorry. If you one of them, you know how hard-headed you are. You do. You know it. You know people got to tell you things several times before you get it because you refuse to get it. It's not because you didn't know. It's not because you weren't aware. It's because you like, no, I don't want to do it that way. That's what them signs, but no, I'm going to do it my way. You know what I'm saying? That's my, And that's what y'all do. Them hard-headed head. Now, y'all loving, can be loyal to a fault. But they are also the signs that will suffer more. Suffer for holding on. Suffer for not changing. Suffer because they're stubborn and pig-headed and can't see, beyond themselves because they know everything. In their mind, they know everything. Ooh, you know how they say hard head make a soft ass. You know what I'm saying? And that is that kind of energy. So, this person is experiencing that soft ass. And although they feel connected to you because they think they feel like, what was Collective talking about? That twin flame? Yeah, because they cannot get you off their mind, right? You are high honor. And also, anybody who discards someone that's karmic like this, it's harder for the karmic to forget because they felt like you should not want to part from them. They also didn't think you would part from them. Okay? Because now sometimes people think they put it down so well, whether it's a physical, if you know, or that they lie so well. They felt like they can manipulate you so well. They felt like you're not going to go anywhere. Or that you'll always come back to them and entertain them. Because somewhere along the line, somebody told them they was God gifts to the world. You know what I'm saying? And that other people would just fall to their feet and be their dummies. Meanwhile, they're the ones being manipulated to believe that. Take it how it resonates. But there's a lot of people out here like that. Feeling like, yeah, all of this, internal conflict and energy. Thinking, oh, okay, no, I got this. This person, no, they want me. This person feel like I'm the man, I'm the girl, I'm the this. No. People fall out of love with that bullshit because once they see past the veil, once they see the red flags and the red flags they thought were green were really damn near black from burnt. Once they start processing, this person ain't shit, I better leave them alone. And they have all their epiphanies, things change. Tell me more, Spirit. And this person is in shame. Disappointed. Five of Cups energy. This person is also, because them red flags burnt up, Carmen. They burnt up in the flames. That's why transition is here. You know, they was red, they was on fire. A lot of people wanted to miss that. Oh, that's a nice bonfire. No, that's the red flags burning. Okay. And now they're charred. And now they're ashes and they're dust because they're behind you now. They're above you now. You know what I'm saying? They're ashes in the wind. You ain't worried about this person or whatever the fuck they got going on. And they sitting in this Five of Cups misery energy, crying over spilt milk because all they had to do is do right by you. But they couldn't leave this third party, this third party situation, and whatever that is, they couldn't leave it alone. So now they're in shame energy, regret energy, miserable energy. They got other. They can still change. Here's the thing. That's why it's Five of Cups. They can still change. They can pick up the other cups instead of worrying about the three that fell and just move on. They always, as long as they 10 toes down, they still have the ability to change. But when you don't want to, and you stay in prison in your mind, you continue to suffer from not letting go of your toxicity. Tell me more, Spirit. Yeah, we got 10 of Wands. So now, you not being a part of this person's life is now a burden for them. You must have eased their load in some kind of way, whether you brought them some sort of peace or the way you love them unconditionally, you know, lighten their load. But this is a person who chose their problems. And so now they have to carry the burden of all of them by themselves because whatever's going on with you is not, is gone. It's done. It's dead. Transition. You left them in the cemetery they wanted to be in. They ghosted you. If that's the case, you left them in the cemetery to be the ghost they wanted to be. And now they have to hold the pieces of the choices that they made, the karma that they created in their life. Now that is what they're left with, as it should be. What's this? No, I'm not taking all that. I'm not. Give me one at a time for you. So tell me about this jealous and envy. Tell me what's... Oop. One at a time. Yeah. So they watch, and they're not happy with what they see. This person is angry, frustrated with this set of circumstances, curious, but yet lost, miserable, spiteful, jealous, and envious. And the spirit is doubling down on that because that's the Page of Swords in reverse. So this person thinks in a very childlike, immature way. Okay, that's where this petty, jealous, and envious energy comes from. They are this person very petty. They're very vindictive. Because, and then Spirit said that's an impulse too. So I don't feel like they think it through. It's very impulsive of them. They're impulsive like a toddler, like a child. Like they don't have impulse control. So this person will do tit for tat shit with you and not think it through or what the repercussions are. This person's, I'm telling you, this person didn't have one flag blazing. They had torches. They just blazing to the point that shit burnt up. And it also, what burnt up is what you were thinking. That burnt away. That hope you had for them, that burnt away. Now the shoe is on the other foot because you are the Queen of Cups. Now they want to be intuitive with you. Now they want to resonate with the stuff that you was showing them or talking to them about, right? Now they want to be in your frequency. Now they want to call you, like I said, 333 and 666. Oh, no, ain't no 666. They want to, oh, Spirit said they having their own epiphanies and signs of synchronicity. Spirit is showing them where they went wrong. They over there seeing them. Now they want to share them with you, but you had already shared them with them. See, now y'all opposite. Y'all definitely mirroring each other because now where you were with that transition, Spirit say you're not there no more. And now they like, wait, I see all the signs. And I remember when you pointed to the bird. And I remember that song you played. And it's too late. It's too late. It's too late. Ain't nobody hanging around for that type of shit. Mm-mm. And I feel like this is like this person's in disbelief. They're in disbelief that you didn't tolerate the third party situation or continue to tolerate it. Put it that way. You know, like I said, sometimes folks talk a good one, but they be telling the truth and we don't listen because we have our own agenda. We have our own control issues. We believe that we know what's right from what's wrong. And we think, oh, if we just love them harder, right? Remember, love and hard don't resonate in the same frequency. But if we just show up a little bit more, if we just be steadfast and, be strong, and if they just see that I'm here and they will just come, right? That's what we thinking when we love harder. You think you put yourself in that position to think, if I'm a tree planted, this person will notice the tree. But instead of noticing the tree, they they take for granted the shade that the tree provides. They take for granted the fruit that the tree produces. They take for granted how the tree soaks up water in the ecosystem to prevent flooding. They take for granted the tree is the tried and true. Whereas the person that they went with was the leaf that fell off the tree in the fall. And that's why they have cycles with this person. They keep thinking that person is the tree, but when they really are the leaf. And when fall come around, they fall. You know what I'm saying? They turn orange and all the pretty colors, and they burn up and they end up compost. But the tree's still standing. This person took for granted the tree, the rock, the foundation, the support, the love. They took it for granted. And everybody, Spirit said, anybody that knows this situation close, and it's less people than this person thinks, because I feel like this person, so, when you're in shame and regret energy, you walk around feeling like everybody can see what the hell you going with. And they don't know nothing. You know what I'm saying? So they sitting there thinking that everybody know their secrets and is worried about their secrets, and they're not. People are living their lives. Even the people that know their secrets is still living their life. But there's some people here, maybe this family situation, but there's some people here looking at this person like, when you going to fix it yourself? Not you, themselves. When you going to fix it? When you going to do better? What the fuck what is it going to take? You already in bad situation, 10 of wands. You already in regret. It's all over your face. Let me tell you something, y'all. Hold on. Let me get this, what's the likely outcomes here? At a time. Oh, jeez. Too many cards. Okay, well. Yeah. Here it is. I'm just going to take it because this is what it is. This person is defeated. Five of Swords. So we got 555 here because we got the Five of Wands, Five of Cups, now the Five of Swords. We got the Queen of Cups in reverse, and we got Four of Cups. This person is discontented with the way life is showing up for them. Whoever this Queen of Cups energy, she's the third party. She's the one that drains this person. She's the one that's emotionally manipulative. She's the one that's over there trying to do love spells on your person, okay? She's over there, what is she doing? She's playing manipulative, emotional games to hold this person's heartstrings. The problem is this person is not paying attention to the patterns. That's why they're miserable right now. Miserable. This person is fucking miserable. This is not what they thought it was going to be. Because again, the third party said, I'm changed, I'm different. And she not. She not different. She's worse than ever. She's hard to deal with. She's a headache. She's a Jezebel. She's everything. All the misery. She's depressed. She drink too much. She smoke too much. She do everything too much. Hell, she could be on meth. I don't know. But she's doing too much. And this person is like, damn, I'm stuck with this person. Yes, and they are stuck with her until they choose different for themselves. But they stuck with her because they don't have a you to fall back on anymore. 10 of Wands. You gave them all their wands back. You say, here, hold this. And they say, well, I'm supposed to do with that. I don't know. Figure it out. It's yours, right? Take your wands because I can go do something else. I got to go. I got to go over here. You got to deal with your own wands. And you gave them back. Whatever the fuck they took from you, you gave it back. You said, it's all right. I did none of this belong to me anyway. So here you go. And this person is sitting here like, but wait, I thought we were twin flames. I thought you were believing my bullshit. And you're like, yeah, I did until I didn't. You're not like, I'm hearing, I'm not beat. I am just not beat. I mean, that's the slang I use. You be capping. That's what the kids say, right? So, yeah, this person thought that they were meant for you. Remember, he's here twice, right? Because he's down here in this regret energy. What he wants to be is next to you. But he can't be because he ain't changed nothing. This person is a high manipulative energy, wanting to pretend. Spirit said there's a lot of pretending, but there's not a lot of change. Not a lot of work, love, efforts. Not at all. At all. At all. So, I am happy to say that I don't see you suffering with this person because of the release that you did in the hidden energy. You didn't for it to be in the hidden energy means you didn't make any fanfare. Like I said, you didn't send along texts. You didn't require them to argue with you or explanation. And if you don't understand what I mean, let me just clarify. It's like you saying, you know, you never asked me this, and you never did this, and you never did that, waiting for an explanation. You're not. You're not saying, I'm leaving you because da 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 with the explanation. You're not. You're not doing none of that. You don't feel, it's no need. Everything that needed to be said has already been said. So the exit was easier this time because you had already divorced the situation mentally. Spirit said it's already, even if you didn't leave physically right away, you had already divorced the situation in your mind previously. When that epiphany came and that snap, oh, you know what? Yeah, nah. And then you literally will lose energy that it would take to have the conversation. Your body, your mind, your nothing, you can't even muster it up to talk to the person. There's no energy. So yeah, somebody could have been lucky that you picked up the phone, that you responded to the text, that you said, what is it that you need? Because there's even no hard feelings. They set you up to love yourself better. That's what this would have done for you. Set you up to love yourself better. And so therefore, communicating with them is maybe not necessarily your cup of tea, right? It's not something you may want to do, choose to do, make active, but it's also one of those things that it don't hurt no more. So if you spoke to them, you spoke to them. If you don't, you don't. That's where they are now. And that part of your life is, I mean, if we talk, we talk. And if we don't, I mean, good luck. Take your wands. They can't give it back to you. You're not giving them nothing. You're not holding on. You're not reaching out. You're not trying to pick up where they left off. None of that. And Spirit said, this person is like, no, that's not what's happening here. That this person is in disbelief that that's where you are now. But y'all gotta take it how it resonates. If it don't resonate, don't take it. But again, this is healing for you. Definitely shame and regret for this person. This person still isn't healed because they are in that jealous and envious stuff, or they still dealing with somebody on that. Either way, whether they're the jealous and insecure person, which I feel like they are, along with their third party, the fact that them two are still entangled means they're not done in their lessons or whatever they need to learn. That it's only healthy for you to pull that energy back and let them have whatever it is they thought they wanted with that situation. It's not your responsibility, not your monkey, not your circus. You're not the flying monkeys watching what's going on with them. They got an audience, but it ain't you. You know what I'm saying? They definitely got an audience, but it ain't you. So let's get some advice on this. Yep, we are elevating. We got time for nobody pulling on our energy. We do not have the time. We do not have the energy. Like what? Let me tell y'all. So I left a situation in 2026, right? And then I got a phone call yesterday from a person, and part of that situation I left behind, oblivious to the fact that I moved on. Although I warned them back in end of October, I said, listen, if I don't see, the work, where is it? The work, labor, and the effort. If I don't see the work, labor, and the effort, I gotta go. Okay? Now, again, this could apply to any relationship in your life. Love, family, relationships, work, whatever. And that person was like, okay, hang in there, hang in there. I'm like, I mean, I don't know what you mean by hang in there, but okay, whatever, right? Um, I still had dialogue with them, but emotionally, I wasn't as invested anymore, if that makes sense. I still, I hadn't fully divorced them. I hadn't written the letter, hadn't let them know that, yeah, we getting a divorce. Okay, it's final here. I didn't serve them yet, put it that way. So we still communicated here and there, right? But it was very minimum. And it was also like they took my efforts and my energy for granted. But just again, I warned two people that needed to know I will soon depart. I'm just giving you a common courtesy because of the nature of our relationship. Out of respect, I'm letting you know, right? So when that person called me oblivious, I was kind of like taken aback. Like, you didn't get the memo? You didn't see the announcement? You didn't see when I said goodbye? You didn't see that? No? Oh. Yeah, I think you should take a look. I think you should go back and look at that date. I think you should find that. I think you should read it. I think you should make sure nothing else I send goes to your spam. You hear me eat that ice? Girl, I love that ice. But I had to um I had to say it. At first, I didn't want to be bothered. To be quite honest, I said, didn't I tell you I was going to leave y'all? But they didn't believe me, if that makes sense. This is what this is giving. Not necessarily for me personally, but for the love relationship. Some people don't believe that you will let them go. So they feel like they got time to bullshit you. They got time to play. They got a time to pretend that they're going to do better when they never had any intention to ever do better. You okay? Some people will be so stone cold surprised even though you fired your warning shots, right? Because you were disengaging. You were losing the feeling, the thought. It's like something was starting to slowly shred. Like Black Cherry said earlier, what she said, hold on. You said the emotional cord was thinning. It didn't snap yet at those times, right? But it was thinning to the point where there was nothing else to hold on to. If you held on to it, it would have suffocated you. You would have been suffering. And I said, Spirit, I don't want to suffer. Because there's going to be consequences if I hold on to something that I have to let go of. And that's people, places, a thing when it comes to me. And I feel like the same for y'all, right? If we decide to hold on to things that make us suffer, we will only suffer more. If a person, place, or thing can't get their shit together, cannot offer us the respect that we deserve, they'd rather keep us in the shadows, like this priestess, you know what I'm saying, respect us behind closed doors, but not in front of people. You got to give them back all their wands and say, there you go. I can't hold that for you no more. Here, hold that. Hold that. You got to break all the attachments and let that shit go. I'm gonna make y'all laugh. So we had a family member stay here. Oh, my oldest was like 3. So how old was that? In '08, he stayed here, not here, in our old house, right? And we was trying to help this young man get his GED. At the time, he had gotten kicked out of Job Corps. Um, in Florida, no, wherever he was, Virginia or Florida, wherever he went. So we figured out we'll help him get enrolled up here. So the first month he was there, we started making calls to Job Corps, took him up there, did the application, whatever. I didn't realize that Job Corps had a zero tolerance policy. I didn't know anything about their policies. All I knew is they were an opportunity. He fucked up before, but let's see if we get another chance, right, at this location. So Job Corps was like, they didn't want to get back to us. It took them like 2 months. Then they finally gave us an answer and said, listen, you might want to try Florida because we have a zero tolerance policy and we cannot take you up here. I was like, so he was lying? He did a plethora of things, mind you. A plethora of things. And he wanted, well, he took the opportunity to come stay with us because we were, he wanted to be in close proximity to New York, right? So he had, during that time frame he was here, he got his state ID. He didn't have a driver's license, but he had a state ID. And it was to our address, right? So when the Job Corps, finally called and we were on a speakerphone, and he told me, yeah, he's not going to be able to come here. He has to go back to Florida, but, the likelihood of that's probably not going to happen based on his behavior record is they have a zero tolerance party. I said, oh, is that right? So, y'all, I say, you go ahead, we get off the phone, so you can go ahead and pack your bags because you got to go. Because you've been lying. I didn't know it was that bad. We was thinking we was helping you on your way so you could go to your next station in life. And you was over here bull crapping us. Guess what? Pack your stuff. Where's your money? Come to find out the boy had spent all his money, girl. He was getting money. We only took enough to feed him, and that wasn't even enough the way he was eating me out of house and home. But I was like, no, you should be able to save your money. You're going to need it where you're going. Zeroed that account. He had found the weed man and somehow zeroed his account. Oh my God, it was a nightmare. I said, yeah, you gotta go. There was a lot of other stuff going on. I don't want to get into it, but I had to be smart to cut the cord with this boy. So when we got, well, he's like 19 at the time or 18, 19, whatever. So I take him to the bus. I said, you gotta go back to Florida and good luck. And so I was like, oh, let me see your state ID, the one you got from here. He's like, oh, pulled it out of his wallet, showed me. I was like, thank you. You ain't going nowhere attached to us. You ain't going nowhere attached to address. I dare him to try to take it back. He couldn't take it back. I said, nope. I had to take it and literally keep it so he can go on with his life. And it's a good thing I did because he turned around and did some type of check fraud in another state. I think he ended up in Ohio at one point and he did some check fraud. I got in trouble there. He did some stuff. But I was so grateful to myself and spirit, listening to spirit really, that I had the wherewithal to snatch that ID back so he wouldn't be attached to my address. We severing ties, we gonna sever all the ties. Go on with your life, Leave us all the F alone. You know what I'm saying? We tried to help him. He didn't want to help. It's okay. And he was there for 2.5 months. It was 2.5, too freaking long, y'all. Oh, the nightmare. Oh, the nightmare. But I ain't gonna go there. I'm just trying to tell you the story that I had to think quick to make sure that wherever he went, he wasn't tied to us no more. When we gonna cut them ties, snip, snip. Go live your life. Take your 10 of Wands, cause that's your baby and your burden to bear. Take that with you. He went down south, back to family. Got there, could only stay there a week. They was like, he tried to talk bad about us, didn't work. They said, they was like, you can never say nothing about them. They let you stay in their house for 2.5 months, and I can't even take you for a week. Get the fuck out. I said, I know that's right. Hey, he grown, he's still alive or whatever, but he can't ever come cross my threshold again, as far as I'm concerned. Never ever. Tell me more, spirit. He did a lot in that short amount of time. Girl, let me tell you one more time. One more thing. So I go to make tuna salad. And you know, tuna salad requires mayonnaise if that's what you use, or Cool Whip. I use mayonnaise. And I had one of them big, big box store mayonnaise, the big ones. I had all my ingredients just about ready. I'll go inside because the jar is in the fridge. I picked up the jar, y'all, and it was a spoon in it and nothing else. I wanted to wring his neck. What? You got me ding 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 ding. Yo, listen, this was the daggone spoon in my mayonnaise jar with no mayonnaise. I didn't know this nigga was eating me out of house and home. Yo, he did a lot more, but I'm just, let me digress. He got my last damn nerve. Tell me more. He was not considerate at all. Oh my God. I never thought I'd do it again. I did it again, but that one there, ooh, that tops. Ooh. Anyway, let me get out of this. Let me pull this car. Because I'm going to go on and find him so I can smack the hell out of him. Isolation and lonely. See, there's a tendency to push people away by isolating yourself from uncomfortable situations. Look into new ways to break down the walls, to create a better way to connect with others. Don't keep your light to yourself. Open up and share it. Whoever this person is, they isolate, they push people away. And that's what they did when it came to you, right? They probably were ghosting, like I said. So that's why they ended up in the cemetery, because the card is here. This person ghosted you. They probably were in and out of your life because they were, one moment they with the third party situation, next minute, when the third party is making them miserable, they want you, right? This person can't balance life out. They are addicted to that pain, but at the same time they desire peace. You was that peace until you wasn't anything anymore. So they're gonna have to sit in that isolation, that prison that they made for themselves, and then sort it out. Spirit said they got their 10 of Wands they gotta deal with. You gotta let them deal with it. Tell me more. High vibrations, right. You have chosen to step into a higher vibration that is in alignment with your soul's path. A higher knowledge. You now have the awareness that you are limitless and ready for transformation. This is clarifying in 10 of Wands in the transition card, because you cannot carry your burdens and their burdens. You have to lighten your load and love yourself more. This person, they got to get on this type of time. Okay, and I don't get that they there yet, but we'll see. Because I feel like they're in shame, regret, and envy, and all that other stuff. This person is carrying around some mean-spirited energy, Spirit said. Tell me more, Spirit. You see your right ear itching? Lord. Balance needed in relationships. Yep. Make sure all of your relationships are equal and balanced and given. This is what they could not do with the third party. You cannot balance toxicity with positivity. It does not work. It does not work. You got to go and do your shadow work. You got to figure out what's causing you to gravitate to negative energy, right? That which is that karmic energy. And then determine what you going to take into your new life, or what are you going to take that you're going to integrate, because nobody's a perfect being, but you can do better if you choose to do better, right? So what else does it say? If they are out of rhythm, then the other is sacrificed and it can't sustain itself. Therefore, it will create more obstacles to overcome. Know you are worthy and deserve respect in all ways. Yeah. So this person needs to go get balanced out. They need some therapy. They need some support. They need some whatever, but they don't need it from you. Because you're not suffering with this person. They want you to balance them out when they don't give you what you deserve. And they can't give it to you because they can't give you what they don't have. The sooner you recognize and accept that, the sooner you heal and you're able to release all of this. And if you're in the process of releasing that and keeping their wands with them and not picking up any of their load, the lighter your load. You'll be light as a feather. Your heart, you know what I'm saying? Your like when they like my eye when they weigh your heart on the scale with a feather, it, you know what I'm saying? It will balance out. But you can't balance something out with toxicity. It don't work like that. Tell me more. Oh, betrayal revealed. Hello. He says the situation will reveal to you the intention behind it. Whether it's you betraying yourself in some way or another person or situation. You're being asked to unmask the truth by removing any blinders that hinder the clarity that is needed. Okay. Okay. You over here with Empress because why? You want to get that clarity. But you are seeing, like I said, the red flags that you saw as green initially, once you saw the truth, once you saw past the veil, once you saw past the potential you projected onto this person that you wanted this person to have and what you thought this situation was going to give you, you start to realize them things was blazing until they burnt to ash. The betrayal, you saw it. You finally see it. Tell me more, Spirit. Radiant goddess acceptance. Ashe. You are an amazing goddess, ready to fully understand how significant you are. Tap into your power by owning your beauty and potential by not making any apologies for it. Listen, you've accepted who you are. That's the most you could ever hope for. Why? Because you're not projecting any potential onto anybody. You're accepting your radiance. That you are amazing. That you are significant. And it was this sacrifice. Reclaim, this is bottom of the deck. It says your strength is needed to pull back your power and gain perspective of all the situation you have gone through. An emotional sacrifice for too long. It's time to claim, balance, and nurture yourself by standing in your power. Okay? So listen, it's no suffering. We done with that. We done with suffering, right? Y'all, we done? We done? We finished? Right? This person needs to go ahead and do what it is they need to do to raise their vibration. Period. This person didn't experience a glimpse of love until you came into their life. What they thought was love is toxicity and cycles and patterns and trauma and all those things. That's what this person resonates with more until they won't. In the meantime, you have snapped out of it. You see it for what it is. Spirit is validating that for you, saying that the more you understand how toxic it was, the healthier you become because you start to choose yourself more and more. Even in the small things that you didn't think were significant, you start to see a difference in yourself. Your pep in your step is different. The way you say no is different. The way you say or what you say yes to is different. I've been warned not to what they say, burn the candle at two ends. But I explained to a couple people that said it to me recently that I know what I'm saying sounds like a lot, but I'm not doing anything intentional without support. I'm very clear in saying, okay, yes, I can do that, But where will my help come from? Versus, oh yeah, I got that. Because normally that would be me. I can do it, I can do it, I can do it, I can do it, I can do it. Nope. So you helping me or I gotta go find help? How's this gonna work? And they don't listen. It's to the point where if I say that, there's people that are like, well, no, we got somebody that I'm like, oh, for real? Okay. Now we talking. Now we talking. You got somebody that's going to help me out? All right, cool. We could definitely look into it. You know? So y'all, I ain't gonna try to keep y'all no longer. Thank you for coming to the channel. You know what I'm saying? Take it how it resonates. If it don't resonate, don't take it. Like, share, and subscribe. Make sure you ring that bell. Oh, here it is. That way you're notified anytime I come on, right? And you have the opportunity to get a free reading when I do live donation readings. However, you got to be there to be square. Every night ain't going to be free, but there is an opportunity to claim you a free reading, especially my active subscribers and my day ones, you know what I mean? Come see me, come see your girl, and get your reading while spirit permits, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to bid y'all adieu, but I definitely, love rocking with my tribe. We just got to get these little nasty people out of our energy, y'all. People that just, they want to sit there and be miserable. They ain't going to be miserable by the damn self, but they ain't dragging my collective down with them. Hell with all that. Okay, sis, make sure you do. If you lost my number or anything, just email me. You know it's in the description box. Holla at your girl. I see it. I'ma holla back. It's good to see you. Appreciate you. And you take care, y'all. Hey, love you guys. Talk to you later. Peace.